dig into the research. So we're going to go to Google Trends and explore what type of trending information we can get. So we're going to start off by doing a basic search for near me. So you can see the interest over time keeps increasing, which makes sense because Google is solely relying on majority of traffic coming in through mobile devices. As you can see in this diagram, the near me search term has been increasing year after year, and looks like it's doubling every year. It just keeps going up. Google does have information regarding the growth of near me as an industry, and we'll get into that in the statistics video. But I'm also going to compare other terms that people type in. So near me, we'll do near, we'll do nearest. So these are all variations of near me, obviously, and as you can see, near gets the most interest out of all the keywords, and near me is right below it. But you can see, in the red is the near, and the majority of those searches by region is completed by the US. It looks like Australia is really popular. You also have parts in India, South Africa. What's cool is when you're looking at the analytics and the trends, it actually gives you ideas, different niche ideas. So these are just related queries that have to do with near me, and it's showing you the growth potential and the percentage increases. So you can see Grubhub 150 percentage wise increasing, and breweries near me is up 500%. You can see brunch near me up 400%, dispensary near me 350%. So you can see that there's a ton of different keyword and niche ideas that Trends gives you back. And there's another list here. So breakfast near me looks like it's in breakout, which means it's trending, ridiculously. CVS near me is up almost 5,000%. Walgreens another 5,000%. So we're talking about keywords that get just crazy amount of volume. And what's cool about Trends is it gives us all this data that we can utilize for our campaign. So I went ahead and switched the result from rising to top just to see what kind of results it brings back. And you can see restaurants is obviously 100%. This is probably one of the most highest traffic keywords and gets the most volume for some of these searches. Food, of course. Stores, this is actually a broad type keyword, so you can create storesnearme.com or something and have all the different type of stores as subpages, and that'll help you create a ton of volume to your website. An example would be Walmart near me. That's a store, so that would be a subcategory. Other variations here as well. I want to read this interesting piece regarding near me data, and this is from Think with Google, which is Google's content marketing department. I want to highlight this point here. Near me searches are on the rise. So words like near me, closest, nearby are increasingly common across the billions of queries on Google every month. So people are typing in, things that are close to their vicinity, whether it's a gym, a mall, plumber, a cup of coffee, a store, a restaurant. So the interest in near me has increased 34 times since 2011. So we're now in 2016. So in 5 years, just the amount of growth in this industry is phenomenal, and it's nearly doubling, since last year. And the cool thing is the majority of all of these searches are being done through mobile. Here's an example of what I'm talking about regarding the mobile traffic. So this is one of my websites here. You can see mobile traffic is responsible for 71% of all traffic coming to my site. Desktop is only 19%. This is a near me site. So something to pay attention to is the fact that you're driving a ton of mobile traffic with intent driven conversion focus. In the next video, I'm going to go over more statistical data and show you guys more numbers. Let's talk a little bit about micro moments and what are micro moments. So Google created this invention called micro moments, and all it stands for is intent-driven moments of decision making when performing a mobile search. So most of these keywords that people are typing in their mobile device are conversion focused when we're looking at micro moments. So since we're talking about near me, a conversion focused keyword search would be restaurants near me. So let's say you're on vacation and you want to take your wife somewhere nice, and you might type into your phone restaurants, but Google will auto suggest near me. So I'm going to give you guys a piece where you can look this up. This is a write-up from Search Engine Land where they're talking about how Google's inventing a near me feature, and you can see Google invented the future for near me micro moments by auto completing near me searches. Now in the video after this, I'm going to upload a video of me on my mobile device doing a bunch of broad local type searches, and you're going to notice that Google is auto completing these searches with near me. And this is also accomplished in branded and non-branded categories. But essentially what you're doing is you're tapping into the consumer journey as they're making these searches, and you're providing them with relevant results. Here's some interesting statistics. So after doing a few searches in Google in private search, over 90% auto completed near me on desktop searches and 78% auto completed near me on mobile. So this is across all searches that are being used right now. Here is a graph from Google itself where they're telling us what's popular, in a Saturday morning, Saturday night, or Sunday morning. They're giving you keywords and micro moment searches that people are typing in specific times of the day. So Sunday, it makes sense. People are typing in churches, breakfast spots. Saturday night, everyone wants to go to a restaurant, hotel, liquor store, of course. So these all make sense. And this is all data coming from Google. And when people are traveling, you can see that, the spike is 50% increase during Christmas and New Year's. So for near me searches. So these are the 4 core micro moments that we're optimizing for. So these are I want to know moments, and you can see 65% of online consumers are looking up this type of information online versus a few years ago. So instead of people traditionally going to like a book or something, they're gonna open up their laptop or pick up their mobile device and do a search for something they want to know. 66% of smartphone users turn their phones to look up something that they saw in a TV commercial. So think about all those cheesy infomercials you see sometimes. You'll be surprised how much mobile traffic is going on, whenever an infomercial's on, and people are just trying to look it up, see what it's all about online. I want to go moments is the core of what near me domination is. So what we're doing is we're tapping into the intent of somebody taking an action. So whenever anyone is typing in a near me search, they're looking to perform an action. So think about the amount of traffic that you're going to generate that is conversion focused. These people are ready to take some type of action. So that's why building out near me domination, we're going after one core micro moment, which is the I want to go moments. And Google's telling us, how this increased 2 times over in the past year of interest. And 82% of smartphone users use a search engine when looking for a local business. So these are I want to do moments, and you can see that 91% of smartphone users turn to their phone for ideas while doing a task. 100 million hours of how-to content has been watched on YouTube so far this year. I want to buy moments. So 82% of smartphone users consult their phones while in store deciding what to buy. That's a crazy fact right there. And 29% increase in mobile conversion rates in the past year. So just mobile conversions are increasing year by year. So this is where we want to be. Going forward, 2017, we want to optimize for mobile search, micro moment intention searches, and just capitalize on this traffic that is being generated. This is the interesting PDF that I read regarding micro moments, and this is a write-up from Google. I'm going to drop a link to this in the description of this video so you guys can get more statistical data. There's a lot of interesting facts here. Like this is a 65% of smartphone users agree that when conducting a search on their smartphones, they look for the most relevant information, regardless of the company providing the information. This is awesome for us little guys that are competing with the big brands. People don't really care no more, as long as they're getting the useful and the most relevant information, which is what we're providing them. So in this example where we're optimizing for car washes near me, that's what our website is about, exactly what the user is looking for. They'll have access to look for car washes in their area. So we're giving them the most relevant result, and Google's rewarding us for that. Here's another cool fact. So 90% of smartphone users are not absolutely certain of the specific brand they want to buy when beginning to look for an online purchase. That is awesome. So it just reinforces that the little guys, can compete with some of the bigger brands. And again, this is the 4 key micro moments. I want to know, I want to go, I want to do, and I want to buy. So all of this is just giving us information that the audience is looking to perform some type of action. So this is what we're monetizing for. So I'll drop this PDF in the description, and you guys can take a look at it further. But this video, I wanted to show you guys, the basics of micro moments. Where was it even created, and some statistical data to back up why we're, looking to take over this near me industry. In this video, I will cover looking into SEMrush for keyword and competitive research, and figuring out what industry or niche you want to get into when optimizing for near me searches. So you can start off by typing in near me. And the next thing you want to pay attention to is you want to click on full report under phrase match keywords, just to get, a ton of different keywords and ideas that you can generate. And just a little bit about SEMrush, it's a great keyword tool, especially if you're looking for long tail keywords or competitive research. I highly recommend you guys upgrade to a premium account. Now, you could take a look at some of these keywords here. Restaurants near me gets 3 million searches. Walmart near me, 1.5 million. So there's a bunch of these micro niches that are considered micro moments that people are typing into Google. And micro moments are essentially a term that Google created, and it's pretty much intent-driven moments of decision making and preference that is occurs throughout the entire customer journey. So when somebody's typing in any of these searches, they're looking to take an action. They're looking to go to the nearest restaurant, nearest Walmart. So the whole point is we want to optimize for these micro moments, and I'll get into micro moments in a different video. So just keep scrolling down, and you'll see all these different keywords. There's a ton of searches for some of these keywords. Starbucks near me, Domino's near me. So what you want to do is, select a keyword that gets decent volume, and also look at the competition. We'll just do nail salons near me. Just something to pay attention to. When you're doing a near me search, you're most likely going to get a map pack showing. So you're going to get a snack pack in the top. You're also going to get local results, obviously, since you're doing a near me search. But you'll also notice that there's a few national websites that are also ranking for some of these terms, such as this spot finder here. And let's see, this is another one, Total Beauty, eLocal, obviously. And then there's like local websites. So the whole point is you want to determine that the keyword can actually generates more than just local results. If it's generating a blended result, then it's a really good chance you could rank on page 1 for it. Let's take a look at another example. This is a good one. Pawn shops near me gets 201 searches, 201,000 searches a month. And we'll just take a look at page 1 to see, if we're getting blended results. Okay, so you're getting the map listings, and these look like national website. So this is a keyword that you would probably want to target just because it doesn't have that many local results. You get your map listings, Yelp, which is a local result, and these look like national websites that are ranking for this keyword. So if we take a look at this easy pawn, they're targeting the near me, near you, and if we put them back into SEMrush, I'll open up another tab. You want to find all the keywords that they're ranking for. So this is part of just the research. You're finding keywords, and once you determine that on page 1 it's actually a blended result, then you want to take some of these national websites and then reverse engineer some of the keywords they're also showing for. So we have the main term, which is pawn shops near me. So let's see what other keywords we can dig up. So this website gets about 300,000 hits a month through organic search. And here's some of the terms. So Pawn shops near me is obviously the money term. Pawn shop near me, singular, gets 110,000 searches. And then you want to also, put together a list of related keywords. So when you're doing near me research, you want to also do nearby, nearest, uh, you know, near you. So just other variations of near me to get a different keyword list together. So here's a good keyword. Here's another. Pawn shops is a bit broad. We want to target the near me intent. So we'll just keep it at that. These are all branded, so it doesn't pertain to what you're gonna do. Nearest pawn shop is a good keyword. So this gets 6,000 searches. Closest pawn shop. So closest is another keyword that we could incorporate. This is another one. Pawn shops near me open now. Pawn stores near me. Pawn shops in my area. So everything that has a local intent with the search, you want to jot this down. So, if you want to get a notepad and just jot down the keywords. Okay, so I compiled a list of about 10 keywords. Probably got like 12 here. And these are all keywords that, fit the description. So it has a near me micro moment intent. And, we can put together a website optimized for all of these keywords here. So just to recap what we went over so far, we first did a broad search in SEMrush to determine what keyword or industry topic we want to go after, which was the pawn shops near me. Then we went to Google itself and did a search to see who's ranking for page one for these keywords. Now this result was blended, which is a great indication that we can create a site and outrank some of these other pawn sites. So we took the top guy that's a national website and reverse engineered using SEMrush what other keywords he's ranking for. So we put together a list of the top terms that get decent volume, right? So we have, these are all like, in the thousands of searches. So you want to make sure, when you're putting together your keyword list, you're getting the best search keywords. So this is exactly what we have so far. So in the next video, I'm going to show you another way how to do keyword research and competition research. And it's just as good as using SEMrush. So just if you guys want to try this other method out, I'm going to be exposing it in the next video. Thank you. In this video, we are going to look at Longtail Pro and how to use this software to generate keywords and topic ideas. So the first thing you want to do is, you want to register for a premium license. I believe it's about 97 bucks. So you want to get an upgraded version of this software. And you're going to have it connected to your Google account. So it pulls data from Google Keyword Planner. That set up, you want to create a new campaign. So we're going to call this Near Me. You're going to leave this United States, keep it at English, Google of course, create project. The next step is you want to add a list of seed keyword. We're going to obviously go after the near me. We're going to go after nearest, nearby, and we'll just do near. And let's do closest. And then you have the option to, customize your data when you're making these searches. This is has to do with Google AdWords, so the CPCs. You can do this by minimum or max local search volume. We're going to leave this default for now. And you could actually, if you want to dig into more of a long tail search, you can state how many numbers the word has to be. So, if you want to target like a keyword that has 5 words, it's a good way to generate long tail keywords. And if you want to get Google title competition, so pretty much it's going to search for your keyword all in title, and it's going to spit back a search result, with all the domains using the keyword as a title. So, typically they say under 50,000 listings in the search for that keyword is not that competitive. So once it gets into the 100,000s and plus, that's when there's more competition, more websites optimizing for that keyword. So this is a useful tool, uh, but it does actually require more patience, because it's going to figure out captchas and it's going to spit back the right result. Well, for now we'll keep this blank, and let's start by generating the keywords. So right now it's logging into Keyword Planner, and it's going to start generating the ideas for each of these terms. I'm going to pause the video and bring it back as soon as the keywords are generated. Okay, so Longtail Pro went out and spit back a bunch of keyword recommendations here. So you can see, for near me, about 700 keywords came back, 600 for nearest, and 155 for nearby. I decided to cut these other terms out just because it was taking too long. So we'll just focus on the top three here. Now what you want to do is sort by search volume. So you can see, this it goes in descending order. And we want to look for keywords that fit some criteria here. And the good thing about Longtail Pro is you can actually see the competition whenever you click on any of these keywords. Let's do this as an example. 24-hour store near me. It makes sense that somebody would be typing that in. So this keyword gets 5,400 searches a month, and then when you click on the term, it's going to generate the top 10 listings for page 1. And what we want to look at is, a handful of local results. We want to see if there's any national websites ranking for this term. And if there is, then we can go ahead and start optimizing a site around this keyword. So 24 hours near me, there's only, as of right now, this website is optimizing it in their title, 24 hours near me, but all these other websites that are ranking, they're not really targeting the exact match keyword. So it's a good sign that there's only one on page 1. And then you have pretty much the competitive level of the keyword. So you can see, opennearme.com, it's probably going to be easy to outrank this website. Get majestic metrics here showing, so you'll get the trust flow, citation flow. And what I like to see is, I see a bunch of zeros, for some of these searches, like this Open Near Me has 0 trust flow and citation flow. They don't have that many backlinks. It says 3 referring domains. They only have 21 URLs indexed. We can most likely take out this website for that keyword. So let's take a look at this URL and see, how they're optimized. If you look at the URL, it's not really search engine friendly. Like there's a bunch of, these long tail type URL. Typically you want to avoid having a URL look like this. You want it to be more search engine friendly. A perfect example would be if you want to rank for 4-hour store near me, you want to make sure this is in your URL. Also in your title, since those are the two most, some of the most important factors for on page. It looks like they have a list of, I guess, stores that are open 24 hours here. But there's no content, there's not really much going on. And according to Longtail Pro, they don't have much backlinks pointing to them. So it looks like a great example of a search that we could take over. So you can actually come up with a bunch of different keywords and ideas with Longtail Pro. I highly recommend it if you're pretty much niche research or keyword research. Let's take another search and see what we find. And remember, you don't have to go after the crazy search volume keywords if you don't want to. There's a bunch of low-hanging fruit, under 10,000 searches a month where it's easy to rank, and with the combined keyword variations, you'll pull in a decent amount of traffic to your site. I found an interesting keyword, emergency room near me, and this gets 40,000 searches a month. So let's take a look at some of these results here and see who's optimizing for emergency room near me. So the first two places you want to look is the title and the URL. And you can see these are local results coming up. Frisco is the city that I'm in, so that's what I would see if I was to type it into Google right now. This is another local result, another local result. Yelp is another local. So urgent care locations, find urgent care centers near me, looks like a national website. This is a perfect example of a site that we want to take a look at and see what they have going on. It's a really nice looking website. So it looks like they have a directory style website. They're monetizing it with AdSense, which is awesome. Search from over 10,000 urgent care centers. So it looks like they put in a lot of work to get, urgent care centers signed up to this directory. Let's see what they're charging for a listing. I'm curious. Interesting. So they have a free option, they have advanced and premium. And we'll get into monetization ideas at a later video, but it's interesting to see, after doing a keyword search, we find a really good, keyword with a bunch of searches and a good example of a site that we can actually, reverse engineer what they're doing and most likely beat them at their own game. I'm sure they're making a ton of money on this, not only with AdSense, but signing up these premium listings. So let's say they had, they're claiming they have 10,000 members, but let's just say 1,500 of them were paid at the $60 level. That's about 90 grand a month they're pulling in to this website. So just to give you guys some potential, and just some numbers that is possible out there for some of these websites to generate. So this is a great example. We could take this website and it looks like they're definitely doing SEO. We could look at some of their backlinks that they're building. I like to use Ahrefs for backlink research. So you can see here that they have 425 referring domains. So it looks like they've been active in promoting this website and building backlinks, which is, it makes complete sense if this keyword gets 40,000 searches a month. But in combined searches, they have about 400,000 hits a month to their website, which is amazing. I'm sure they're converting a ton of urgent care centers and making some decent ad revenue. So this is a great example of what we can find in Longtail Pro, and then just digging into the research, seeing who's ranking, and kind of putting together a picture of a website idea you can put together and taking it to the next level and ranking it. So this is just a quick overview of Longtail Pro and how you can use it to generate keyword ideas and also research your competition before you decide to get into it. I highly recommend it. And thanks for tuning in. Okay guys, so in this video I'm going to uncover what niches and keywords I am going to target. So the first one I'm going to go after is mechanics near me. And the reason being, it has decent search volume and the competition isn't too crazy. So this is a niche that I want to take over. The second niche is car wash near me, and this has a lot more volume. You can see it has 368,000 searches a month. And again, based on the competitive research that we saw on page one, it is a keyword that we could take over. And the third keyword is eyelash extensions near me. Now, the reason I chose this one is I found a CPA offer that sells, like, I guess eyelash extensions or something, and it has a decent payout. And when you mix that in with AdSense, this could be proven to make some decent money. So I'm going to go after this keyword, and 8,000 searches a month is decent. So the next step is, we're going to set up some domains. I'm going to show you guys how to host them, and we're going to get started building the websites. In this video, I want to talk about monetizing your website with Google AdSense. Now, Google AdSense is essentially a program that Google has where they allow webmasters, people who own websites, to place banners or text ads throughout their website that serves PC advertisers. Now, every time somebody clicks on one of these ads from your website, you're going to get paid on a per click basis. So it could be 30 cents, it could be $1, depending on the niche you're in. Now I'm going to use this as an example of how I'm monetizing this website with AdSense. And this is one of my older websites, and I have it tied to a Google AdSense account here. And you can see in the last 30 days, this is from September 26th to the 25th. The site generated roughly 600 bucks. And this is all profit and all on autopilot. So every month it's growing in earnings. All I did was build the website similar to what I taught in the course, and as soon as the traffic started coming in, I placed AdSense blocks on my website, and the earnings started accumulating. So this is the first recommended monetization strategy. It's the easiest to implement, and it's going to start getting you some revenue where you could reinvest in your business, maybe grow your website a little more, make it look better with a redesign. This is essentially a model where you can replicate fairly quickly across multiple websites and build out a full-time income, with a network of 5 to 10 websites. As long as you're following all the steps and you're ranking your domains for specific keywords, then there's no reason why you shouldn't be making 500 to 700 per website, and then you can go ahead and flip it if you want to. But I like the passive income, so building out a network of these AdSense high traffic websites is pretty simple. But you could take a look at some of the impressions and page views, clicks it gets per day. This is a fairly low CPC since we're talking about salons, but you can see that it does get a lot of traffic, it's consistent, it's growing. Okay, so in the next video, we're going to talk about how we can incorporate CPA and affiliates to some of these websites. In this video, I'm going to show you guys how you can monetize using CPA offers. So I signed up for an account with markethealth.com and saw that it had a ton of different offers that can potentially be promoted onto some of these near me websites. So I started doing research and found out that there was a decent eyelash extension offer that pays out like $40. And since I registered this eyelash extensions near me type website, I saw potential to monetize this with CPA. So you can see the main keyword gets 8,000 searches a month. So we could determine one thing, that it's mainly women that are visiting this website and they're looking, to go to some type of eyelash extension studio near their location. But if we can offer them some type of affiliate deal where they can have something delivered to their house, we're essentially catering a product to the target demographic. So this is the website eyelashextensionsnear.me, and this is the offer that I'm going to start promoting. So Idle Lash, and they pay out $50 per, I guess, per free trial. And the whole point is I want to targeted traffic to this website, targeting the near me or going after the near me keywords and having people convert with some of these offers. Now with the CPA banners, you're going to need to play around with where you're going to place them on your site, because there's some placements that convert better than others. Obviously, the lower it is on the page, the less conversion you're going to get. So just keep that in mind. But I'm already getting some decent positioning for the eyelash website. So if we're looking for eyelash extensions near me in Google, Okay, so I'm position 18 it looks like. So I just need to push a few extra links based on the training and push this up to the page 1 where I could start getting targeted traffic over to this affiliate offer. So a ton of different affiliate programs you can sign up for. This is one of them. They have a bunch of CPA type affiliate programs. You can look into Offer Vault. So Offer Vault is just a database of different offers you can find. So just type in the niche that you're in and see if you have any available offers. Here's another network you can sign up for. It's called ClickBank, and it has a ton of different categories. So whatever near me site you're setting up, just match it with targeted products. You know, you could put it in the form of banners or text ads, and everything will be tied to a specific tracking ID. So as soon as you generate your links, you know, whatever sale you send to that link is going to give you credit for the sale. Another example of affiliate you can add to the site is Amazon. So I'll give you guys a perfect example. This is a pet domain where I'm building near me pages to, and I added a widget to the sidebar of an Amazon slide or a carousel. So just think about your audience, right? The people coming to this pets mobility site are pet lovers or people looking to shop for their pets because I'm targeting pet stores near me, dog stores, cat stores. So they're obviously in a buying mode. So you can embed an Amazon widget on the sidebar of your site. You could put it somewhere else where it makes more sense. But like I said earlier, you know, what we're doing is we're targeting the right audience with the right type of products. So Amazon is another affiliate program you can sign up for and embed widgets on your site. And in the next video, I'm going to cover some lead generation models you can use to monetize your website. Okay, in this example, I'm going to show you how you can implement lead generation to your near me websites. Now, this is all going to be niche dependent. So, you know, if you're going after contractors or medical, anything of that nature, you can easily find a CPA lead gen type offer on OfferVault. So in this example, we're going to look at a few lawyer offers that we can check out and see if there's any good payouts. So you want to make sure that the offer you select is a national offer, which means you can drive the traffic from anywhere in the USA and you will get conversion credit. So there's a few offers I see here. Auto accidents. So it looks like you get paid $52 a lead, and you have to check out the terms. Sometimes it's within a certain threshold. So if the phone call goes above 3 minutes, that's considered a conversion where you get paid out. So this is one offer I'm looking at here. Local law professional, so auto injury tier 2. This is $60 CPA. Looks pretty good. You're always going to get a lower rate when you're going through a CPA company for your lead gen. So my recommendation is you get some relationships going and find direct buyers within specific areas. So I wanted to show you a good example of a lead gen site in the near me space, and this is lawyers near me. Obviously, a super expensive keyword to rank for, and a lot more. You know, it's definitely competitive. So if you look at the site, it's a real basic looking site, and it's a nationwide service, and it's optimized for tap to call. So whenever you're doing near me / lead gen, you want to make sure that the call to actions on your site are all tap to call, because the majority of your traffic will be mobile. So you want to make it easier for people to make that conversion. So you can see it's a simple looking website, you know, tap to call everywhere. So it's conversion focused, a lot of content, which is good. And this site is probably, you know, bringing in a decent amount of money. It looks like they have an 800 number, so they're using a national lead gen type of offer. But what you want to do is just look for other industries that make sense for lead gen. So another one I think of is like plumbers near me or roofers near me. So there's a ton of different lead gen opportunities you can pursue. Another one is doctors near me. You know, there's a ton of different subcategories for doctors, but what you could do is find either a private lead gen deal or you find something on OfferVault. And there's a few other networks you can look into. All you need to do is type in CPA networks into Google, and there's a list of different companies that you can sign up for and get different offers for your lead gen campaign. So this is the best way to target the lead gen for the near me, because you're building up these websites that get a lot of traffic, and they're also expensive traffic. You know, people are paying a lot of money in AdWords to show up on page 1 for this. So you're redirecting all that traffic to your lead gen number pretty much. So this is how you can make lead gen work for your near me website. All right, guys, this is a monthly ranking report that I want to show you. So I'm just want to go back to Whois and confirm again that, you know, this is about a month into the build. This is when I registered it, but I started the build, I would say a week after that. So we're looking at about a month and some change. But here is our current rankings. So I sorted it by, what's ranking on page one. And you can see we hit page one for some good keywords, good volume as well. And we're on the cusp of hitting page one for some pretty big terms. So you can see for our main keyword, we're ranking on page two, and this gets 500,000 searches a month. And last week we were positioned 47. So we're seeing great improvements, and we're up across the board. Since last month, we're up 14 positions and down two. And I want to, give all the credit to what we covered so far. So we covered the niche PBN setup. We covered setting up the entity stacks and then incorporating the schema. And we also covered sending a branded press release over to the site and through a Google shortener. So with those components all mixed in together, it is responsible for these great rankings. So I just wanted to give you guys a quick report card of where we're at since we started this campaign. And I'm going to drop a public tracking link in the description so you guys can keep track as the rankings increase and also make correlations as to what's being done and what is causing the increases. Okay, so in this video we will cover setting up domains, and we already covered what keywords I'm going after, and I already set up a domain for the mechanics near me and the car wash, so I'm just going to go over the shoulder on setting up the eyelash extension domain. So I personally like to use Namecheap because they offer free Whois for a year, and usually you could get the domain for like $9 with a coupon. So you want to create an account with Namecheap, sign in. Let's go to domain registration. And when you're registering your domain, you can either go for an exact match if it's available, or you want to add like top eyelash extensions near me, top mechanics near me, best mechanics near me, just something where you can add a branding element to it. So what I'm going to do here is just type in the keyword. And if the exact domain is not available, which is not in this case, you can go for a different TLD because it doesn't really matter what your TLD is. Google treats it the same way. And you can see here I can get this domain for $7, which is sweet. So I'm going to add this to the cart. And I typically like to do Namecheap coupon search to see if I can get a coupon to save some money. So we'll use Cold Snap. I think that's the recent code. See if it takes it. Okay, so it doesn't apply to this TLD, which is fine. $6, can't complain. So let's just confirm the order. Okay, great. So just pay with PayPal and we are good to go. Let me complete this transaction, guys. Okay, great. So now we have the domain we're going to use for this keyword here. And it's pretty much an exact match, it just has a different TLD, which is fine. And in the next video, I'm going to show you how to set up hosting and how to set up a WordPress installation. Thank you. In this video, we are going to cover setting up hosting for our domain and also installing a WordPress website. So the first step is you want to pick a hosting provider. There's a bunch out there that you can select. I personally like HostMonster, Bluehost, Namecheap hosting is okay. So in this example, we'll just use Bluehost. So after you sign up for a hosting account, you'll get an email that has your name server information, and it's usually ns1.bluehost.com or ns1.hostmonster.com. And you want to go to your registrar and manage your domain, and you're going to find name servers where you're going to enter in your custom name servers. So we're going to type in ns1.bluehost.com, ns2.bluehost.com. So once the name servers are set, you want to log into your hosting account and access the cPanel. And you're going to click on domains. So what we're doing is this is a shared hosting account, so we have the ability to add on domains to this account. So we're going to select assign a domain to your cPanel account. And you're going to select use a domain that is not already associated with your account, obviously. And you paste your domain and let it verify. You can see that the ownership is now verified. Make sure add-on domain is selected. Make sure you create a new directory and assign this domain to this account. Okay, once the domain is assigned to your account, you want to go back to your cPanel dashboard. And you either want to click on install WordPress or one-click installation. Just click on one-click installation. Select WordPress. Then you want to find a domain you're going to install. Oh, for site name or title, you want to name it the keyword. And make sure you take this information down in a notepad. And then install now. Okay guys, so WordPress is now installed, and that concludes this video. In the next video, we are going to go over some basic website settings, plugins, and just how to structure the website for a build. Thanks for tuning in. Okay, today we're going to go over setting up your money site for optimal success. The website we're working on today is Local Car Wash Near Me, and this is one of my fresh domains that we're testing for this course. It's 1 out of 3. So the first thing you do when you log into your WordPress dashboard is you want to go over to General Settings. And you want to make sure that you remove any WordPress dummy text that you might find here in the tagline. You want to set your email address to the proper email. So I'm just going to put admin@domain.com. You're going to keep all of this default here and click Save Changes. The next thing you want to do is go over to Discussion. Okay, so once you're in discussions, you're going to uncheck these two boxes where it says email me whenever anyone posts a comment or a comment is held for moderation. And this is going to save you a lot of headaches with just email spam coming through to your email account. So make sure these two boxes are unchecked and click Save Changes. Next, you want to go over to permalinks. And I already set up this permalink to go under post name, but by default, it's usually under day and name, with general installs. So you want to make sure that you click post names, and this is going to optimize your URLs based on the title of the post or the page. So make sure this is clicked and select Save Changes. Next, we're going to go over a few essential plugins that we need to get things rolling. Okay, now here is a list of the starter plugins that you're going to install in WordPress. And you're going to use Yoast for SEO optimization. So this is mainly for on-page metadata. Auto terms is a way for you to create privacy policy and terms and condition pages with pre-generated content. Thing to note with auto terms, you want to make sure you set this to no index, no follow. You know, as long as there's links on your page that's visible and Google can find the page on the site, then you're perfectly fine. So you want to make sure that these pages are set to no index and follow. And at a later video, I'll show you guys more details regarding this plugin. You want to install W3 Cache just to serve cache version of your pages to increase the site speed. Contact Form 7 is just forms that we're going to add to the Contact Us page. And Google XML sitemap for videos, which is a great plugin I use to index pages quickly with Google. And I'll show you guys an example at a later date. But make sure these essential plugins are installed on your website. You know, this is where we're starting everything at. Next thing we want to cover is the theme. So there's two themes that I recommend when you're doing a near me site, and it's mainly a directory type of theme. So the first one I like is it's called Rehub, and they have a few options here, and I'll drop a link next to the video where you guys can purchase the theme if you like. But the one I like to set up is this one, Redirect, and it's mainly for directories. So we'll just view it as a demo so you guys can take a quick look. So you can see it's a very clean template, looks professional, you know, and that's kind of the goal with our money site. You know, we have somewhat of an EMD, but we're taking a more branded approach. And, you know, the presentation that we give to the search engines, it, you know, definitely matters. And you want to leave a good first impression whenever you first get indexed. So I highly recommend you guys invest in a premium theme for your website. So this is clean, looks good. And the other theme I recommend is Listify. And this is one of my personal favorites. I use this across multiple sites. And it's the same thing. It's a theme template. You know, you can add listings here. And also, we're going to cover monetization strategies in later videos. But these two themes are primed to do just that. You know, just add, have businesses add listings, and this can increase your revenue tenfold if you implement the right sales strategy. But we'll cover that later on. So for this local car wash site, I installed the Rehub theme, and this is what it looks like so far. So it's real basic. I ordered a logo from Fiverr, so I paid about $5 for this logo. Royalty-free images from depositphotos.com and used an image to put in the slider area. But you can see here, it's essentially the Rehub theme, you know, simple to install. But just in the case that you don't know where to install it, after you purchase the theme, they're going to give you a zip file which contains the theme elements, and you're going to go into your dashboard and on the left hand side select theme, and you would click on add new, then select upload theme. Okay, so this is where you're going to browse in your downloads or your documents or wherever you saved it, and you would essentially add your theme to the browse section. So I'll just do one with you guys just to show you how it looks. So we'll find the theme here. I'll just select any for now. So it's a zip file, just so you guys know. And you're going to click on open. And then once it's uploaded, you're just going to click on install now. And it's going to install the theme right away. But since I already have the theme installed, I'm not going to proceed with this installation. but I just want to show you guys exactly how to do it. Okay, in this video we're going to cover Yoast settings. So the first thing you want to do is, after you download Yoast, is click on titles and metas, and you're going to select post types. And here's what we're going to do. We're going to no index some of these categories here. So we're going to leave, okay, so we're going to leave the post indexed, of course, the pages indexed, media indexed, blogs indexed. For specifications, you're going to click on no index. Layout tabs, click on no index. And mind you, I'm optimizing this because I uploaded the Rehub theme, but if you have Listify, this might be a little different. But just make sure that the prime post, pages, and media are all indexed. Okay, so we're also going to do this. We're going to no index the custom post types, widget areas, no index, and save changes. Next, you want to click on taxonomies. And for categories, we're going to leave this no indexed, tags, no indexed. Block categories, no index. Block tags. We don't need none of these in the index for what we're going to accomplish. And this right here, you're going to set to no index as well. And the reason why we're setting these to no index is because it's just going to create multiple versions of our content throughout different categories and tags. So we really want to avoid that. And what you want to do is click on archives, and you're going to disable the author archives and the date archives, and click save changes. So this is all the settings that you need to make sure you disable and no index within the Yoast SEO plugin. In this video, we're going to talk about adding analytics to your website. So the first thing you want to do is create an account with analytics, or if you already have one, just log in, and you're going to go over to the admin section, click on a drop down, and create new account. You can name this, whatever it is you want. So local car wash, and then just add your domain. Industries, automotive, Pacific time, put central. And you want to uncheck all of these different boxes here. Get tracking ID. Then you're going to take the code, and you're going to add this in the body code of the website. So go over to Appearance, Editor, and then you're going to find the footer template. And you're going to add the code right before the body closes. So this is the closing body tag. You're going to add it right before it. So there's your analytics code, and update the file. So that's all it takes to add analytics to your website. And the same thing with Webmaster Tools. So you can select HTML tag to verify webmasters, and they're going to give you an HTML tag. So what you can do is go to your website and access the header template and just paste the HTML tag and verify Webmaster Tools that way. Another way you can do it is, if you're using Yoast SEO, there's an option, for you to add your Webmaster Tool code. So you could go to Dashboard and then select Webmaster Tools. Then you're just going to paste the code of the verification. So the verification ID, pretty much, you're going to paste here. So you're verified at Webmaster Tools. This is where you're going to track, search analytics, any crawl errors, any messages that Google might have for your site, and submit your sitemaps. So generate your sitemaps with Yoast, or if you use another plugin, that's fine. But make sure you submit your sitemaps, submit your video sitemaps, your image sitemaps. The more the better, honestly. Also, you can see here, guys, that we're trending up for the traffic to the local car wash site, which is good. So we're keeping everything on track. Okay, let's cover setting up the right pages on your website. So we're not going to set up a one pager and expect to get all the rankings in the world. We need to actually set up a few pages that gives us trust value. So the pages you're going to set up is an About Us, a blog, Contact Us page, how it works. Membership and submit comes by default if you purchase the Rehub theme. And I believe the Listify comes with something similar where users can submit listings. Privacy policy, submit listing, which is default, submitted post, which is default. So I'm just going to click the ones that come with the template, and terms and conditions. So you're essentially going to set up a 5-page website that covers these important pages. So let's click on About Us, and you can see I only added about a paragraph worth of content. I would actually recommend you guys, put together a decent piece of content here, maybe 300 words up to 500 words. This paragraph, this is just for testing purposes, but I want to populate this About Us with some type of text. And you could take a look at the next page, how it works. And this is a real basic breakdown of how the site works. Learn how to use our locator, car wash owners. This is talking to the actual business owner that might sign up to the site. So I'll get some features. And I'm going to remove this lorem ipsum here in the bottom. And blog, this is where you're going to publish your blog articles. There's nothing here yet. And contact us is pretty much a form that we're using from contact form 7. And then I obviously have to change this over to a real email. But these are the main pages we're setting up on the site. And in the footer, I added privacy policy and terms and conditions. So this goes back to setting up the auto terms WordPress plugin. I'm going to run through a quick example of how to set it up. Once you're in the dashboard, you're going to click on Auto TOS in the settings, Auto TOS and PP. And by default, it's going to say off coming soon. You want to turn it on to displaying. And then you're just going to put your branded name of the business or the website here. So this is a local car wash near me. So I just copy and pasted that across full name, possessive name, domain name, official website URL. And I just set venue, court location, arbitration in California or San Francisco. You could set this anywhere you want. And then save changes. Then you're going to have 2 shortcodes here. So you're going to create a privacy policy page, and you're going to add the privacy policy shortcode, and pretty much it'll populate with the content for the privacy policy, and the same thing with terms. So I made sure to add those important pages in the footer of the website. Okay, so this concludes this video of website structure and pages we're setting up on the site initially. In the next video, I will cover on-page optimization of the home page for maximum success. Let's talk about where to order your homepage content. Now for this site, I use a website called ineedarticles.com. And you want to create a free account here. I'm going to show you guys the exact article I purchased, how much it was, and what details I. So this is the article I purchased for about 12 bucks using I Need Articles. And all I did was give them my main keyword and gave them some instruction as to what my site accomplishes, which is it's essentially a search tool to help people find local car washes in their area. So with the content count, you want to keep it at minimum 500, but I highly recommend you go at least 750 to 1,000 words for the homepage content. You know, because Google is definitely putting more favor in websites that have more page content. So just want you to keep that in mind. But to get this done quick, just go to I Need Articles. You could fund your account from PayPal, so you can add like 20 bucks for your content, and you can pretty much get all the content you need for your domain using I Need Articles. And of course, there's other websites you can use for higher quality content. I believe there's Xeris. So this is a good website you can use to get some great content. And there's another one called Constant Contact. So this is another premium writing website that you can get the top quality content from. But for these near me sites, most of them, you know, I'm going to monetize them with AdSense and other models we'll cover later. So this content definitely fits the purpose. You know, it gets the results, so I'm going to stick with it. So I highly recommend you guys get your homepage content from I Need Articles. Now it's time for some on-page optimization. I'm going to jot down a few notes here so you guys can follow along as I'm doing the video. But here's a few things I want you to pay attention to. One of the most important elements in on-page SEO is having the keyword in the URL. It carries a lot of weight, and this can either be something good or something bad, depending on how you implement optimization on your site. You know, it's very easy to over-optimize if you have an exact match domain and you have your keyword all throughout your site and you're using exact match anchor text pointing to your site. That's the perfect recipe for disaster. But here we're going to mix it up a bit. So the main keyword that we're going after is car wash near me. So I made sure that car wash near me is in the URL, but I added a local in front of it. The next thing I want you guys to take a look at is the H1 tag I have here. So I have the main keyword, car wash near me, a locator. So I just added a word after the main keyword. Okay. And then you can see for the H2 tag, I have a variation of the main keyword, which is car wash near you. So I'm going to take this note down. The next thing I want you guys to pay attention to is the alt tags. So you're going to upload a royalty-free image on the home page, and we're going to inspect this element so you guys can take a look at what the alt tag is. So you can see here the alt tag, I'll highlight it, is the main keyword. So we're going to copy that, add it to our notepad. Main alt tag is the main keyword. And then let's see how many times I mentioned the main keyword throughout this content. So this is about 800 words of content here. So you could do a Control F and search for your main keyword, car wash near me. And you can highlight all. Okay, so you can see in the content, I only have the keyword mentioned twice out of 800 words. So it's a very low keyword density. And just to give you guys some specifics, keyword density is the amount of times a keyword is mentioned throughout your content. It's a percentage pretty much. So if you have your keyword mentioned 10 times out of 100 words of text, that's a 10%, it's a 10% keyword density usage on the content. So you can see that the homepage content is very conservative with exact match keywords. The next thing you want to do is make sure you're sprinkling some LSI variations throughout the content. I'm going to show you guys exactly what I did here. So I'm just going to highlight car wash. So you could see how I'm using other keyword variations here. Self-service car wash is one of the keyword targets. We have self-service car wash again. We have automatic car wash, automatic car washes, self-service car wash, automatic car wash near you. So I'm going to do another search for near. Okay, so you can see the other variations here. Automatic car wash near you. And I also used a few heading tags just to relate to some other LSI variations. So we're using car washes near you, nearby car wash locations. So we're putting heavy emphasis on the locality of the search by implementing near me, near you, nearby, nearest, local, locations. So Google understands context, and when we're using that throughout the content, it's going to put everything together. So this is how you want to optimize the content on your homepage. Just make sure you pay attention to the exact match keyword usage throughout the content. Keep the keyword density 1 to 2% or lower. Make sure you're using LSI variations throughout the content just to mix it up. And make sure the keyword is used in your alt tag as we have it here. And just use other variations throughout your heading tags for the homepage content. Now we're going to edit the page, and I'm going to show you guys the back end and how I optimize the metadata. So I'm using SEO Yoast to do my metadata optimization. Okay, so when you scroll down, you'll find a Yoast SEO box, and this is where you'll implement your title tag and your meta description. So what I did here for my title tag is I included the main keyword in the beginning of the title tag, which is important. Google reads from left to right. So as soon as it identifies your keyword in your title tag, it's going to understand what your site's about. So this is one of the most important elements of on-page SEO is having the right title and and optimizing it. So I put find a car wash near me because I want to include other variations of the main term. So car wash near me is the main, find car wash near me is a secondary term, and then I put nearest car wash locations. So just another LSI variation. And then the meta description, you want to consider that Google doesn't use this as a ranking factor, but it's really good to optimize this for click-through rate. So here's what I use so far. Click here to find a car wash near you. So we have the variation near, instead of near me, it's near you. We are the largest searchable directory of local car washes and detailing centers. So we're going to leave this as is. Local car wash near me is in the URL, so that'll be a keyword that we're going to get some good rankings for. Find car wash near me, nearest car wash, and nearest car wash locations, and also car wash near you. So these are all the keywords that we're optimizing with the metadata for the homepage, and combined with the variations we used in the content and the alt tags, we're looking good to go. And this is how you optimize your homepage content for maximum success. In this video, we're going to add some supporting content to the website. So we're targeting car wash near me, car washes near me for the homepage. So we want to add different documents on the website to support other keywords. So we're going to look at self car wash near me, hand car wash near me, and automatic car wash near me. So these three keywords do get decent volume. So I'm going to pull some articles that I bought from ineedarticles.com and publish it to the website. Okay, so after you log into your website, just add a new post. You could either do post or page. In this example, I'm just going to do a page instead, since I wouldn't consider this to be a blog post, more of a page I want to optimize. Okay, so the first one we're going to publish is a self car wash near me. I don't really like the title from this article, so I'm going to change it a bit. So what I want to do here is have the main keyword in the URL, And then I could add something to the title. This is going to be considered an H1. So what you could do is go back to your keyword list and pull a variation of the main keyword and use it as the H1. So we already used self car wash near me. Let's see, we could do self-service car wash near me. It's a good keyword we could add here. Self-service car wash near me. So now we have two variations of the main keyword we're targeting. So just make sure your spacing is right so it looks, decent. Okay, the next thing you want to do is add an H2 tag. So we have our H1, we have the keyword and URL. Now we're going to add an H2. So let's see if we can use another variation. Okay, so self-serve car wash near me. We haven't used this. So we'll just throw that into the H2 tag. Okay, and add some words before it so it looks natural. Locate the best self-serve car wash near me today. You don't want to make it seem that you're stuffing keywords all over your page, so it makes perfect sense to add, words before or after your main keyword. Okay, and the next thing we're going to do is add an H3 tag. We'll just use a broad keyword, so self-service car wash would be what we're going to target for the H3. Find a self-service car wash now. The next thing you want to do is find an image. You can either open up an account with any type of stock photo website, or you can simply go to Google Images and pull a royalty-free image. I'm setting up a website like this. I typically use royalty-free images just because I'm trying to spend, the minimal time setting this up and more time getting it ranked and making money. So we're just going to put a car wash here. Next, you want to click on Search Tools, Usage Rights, labeled for reuse. Okay, so this is a cool image we can use for the page. I'm just going to save this and title it as self-serve car wash location. Okay, so for alt tag, you can either put a main keyword here or you can do something to describe the image. So it just all depends on what you're targeting and what makes the most sense. You already saw where I'm putting the keywords in the different H tags and in the meta tags. So we'll just put something like self-service car wash picture. And we can align this to the left, insert. Okay, so our post is looking good now. Now what we want to do in the post is link back out to the home page. Since this is a supporting document targeting a different keyword, we do want to link back to the home page. So we can just add a sentence within the article saying, if you are looking to find a car wash near me, visit the home page. So we're going to hyperlink find a car wash near me, and that's going to point back to the home page. You want to be careful when you're doing interlinking. You don't want to use the exact match keyword all the time linking back to your home page. Always make sure you're just using variations, utilize LSI, just cover different keywords that you haven't optimized for yet. And this could be a great way to, pass some juice over to the home page, because this is a page that we want to build links to this page as well. So as soon as it starts building authority and power, this internal link will then feed over to the home page. Okay, so the last step here is just optimizing the metadata. So we'll take the title. Actually, we're going to take what's in the keyword. We're going to take our main keyword that's in our URL and use that in the title. Instead of car, I'm going to use a different keyword in the title. So instead of car wash, I'm just going to use auto wash. Even though people probably don't search for that more than car wash, but it's still a synonym of car. So Google would recognize that as being semantically related. Find the best self-service auto wash. And for the meta description, you can just add the keyword as a focus keyword, and it'll pull a meta description. Well, Google will pull the meta description based on what the main keyword is, or what it deems to be relevant within the article. So I'm going to leave this blank and let Google decide what meta description they want to show. But if you want, you can optimize this for click-through rate. There's a lot of strategy you can put behind these meta descriptions, but I'm just going to leave this blank for this example. So once you're done, just publish the article. Okay, so it looks pretty good, looks clean. So you can see that we're covering a bunch of keywords and variations within this article. So just keep in mind when you're doing your on-page, don't just focus on your main keyword, and don't focus on keyword density too much, as far as for the main keyword. Always keep it under 2%, 2% the most, but just find other ways to say your keyword or to illustrate what your keyword is throughout your content. So that's why it's important to look at your keyword list and see what other variations are bringing in traffic and add them in important places throughout the page. So, when I say important, I'm talking about a URL, title tag, throughout your content, and H tags as well, and also alt tag. Just keep those in mind when you're optimizing. So the last step to this is after you set up your supporting pages. I have 2 more to set up, but I'm setting them up the same way you just saw. So after that, you're going to take the URL and you're going to link it from the home page. Since the home page is getting a bunch of juice right now, and this is where we're putting most of our focus, we want to contextually link it from the content. So I'm just going to add a few exact match keywords throughout this content and link it to the inner page. All right, so I'm going to add a sentence in the first paragraph. Here to learn about self car wash near me. So we're just going to highlight the main keyword and link this to the inner page. And then we're going to repeat the same steps with the other pages and come back to the home page and do the same thing. This is the process of setting up supporting pages just to increase your keyword reach for traffic terms and also to increase more relevance on the website. In this video, I'm going to show you guys how to build a map using Google Map APIs just to add rich media to the homepage of our ranking website. So what we want to do first is access this URL. I'll drop it in the description, and we're going to click on show the results of a search, and the search is going to be our main keyword. So car wash near me. Depending where you're located, it's going to show you guys local results based on your IP location. So this is exactly what we're looking for here. So we're going to click on looks good. And you're going to need to register for an API key, so just click on register. Click on get a key. Then you're either going to select an existing or create a new key. So you could just do create a new project, and we'll call this car wash. Create and enable API. Then you're going to take your API key and go back to the other window and paste your API key and click done. So this is the embed code that we just created using our main keyword as a search and utilizing our API key. So we're going to go back to the website and we're just going to embed this to the page. So make sure you go, instead of visual, you click over to text and then just find a good space to embed this map. So we'll just add it right here. Save changes. And that's pretty much it. This is what it takes to embed a Google created map with your API key. Just to add a Google property to the page. They love, when you embed different properties. It could be YouTube, Google Maps. There's definitely some type of favoritism to it. So we'll take a look at the page now with the map, see how it looks. Okay, so here's the map. All right, let's talk a little bit about niche 301s. So this domain here, I won an auction for about 25 bucks and I decided to use it as a niche 301 redirect. Where it makes the most sense to use this is when you're starting a brand new domain, you pick up a nice auction or expired domain and you 301 that over to your money site to give it that extra push when you're starting out your campaign. But what I also like to do is use this as a way to dilute anchor text as well, because any link that is pointing to this domain here is going to transfer over to my money site. So as long as everything looks clean on the back end, then it's perfectly fine to do. Every near me site that I build, I include at least one niche 301, and I don't want to deviate from the process because it seems to work well. There's different ways to do a 301 redirect. You can do it via HTA access, which does take a little more work. But in this example, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to do it from the registrar. So let's say you bought the domain from GoDaddy. You're going to go to manage domain and you're going to click on forwarding. So manage forwarding. And you're going to add, so it looks like the subdomain has the better metrics. So we're going to redirect it from the subdomain. So you're going to click on subdomain. www, and then we're going to forward that to our money site. So we're going to keep this at 301 permanent and add the redirect. So this is all it takes, guys. And in the case that the subdomain isn't powerful and the root domain is powerful, which means without the www, then you're going to redirect it from the root URL. So you would click on, instead of subdomain, just do it from the domain level. Let's take a few days for this to kick in. But a good way to boost up your redirects is building links to this domain here. So typically what I would do is I would take this niche 301 and run a press release, run some socials, run a cheap PBN run. But it depends. If the PBNs are decent, then you could run it to the domain here. You don't want to run straight spam to your redirect though, because it's going to transfer all over to your site. So keep that in mind. But this is a strategy I love to use. I love using 301s. It does make sense in this instance where we use a niche 301 over to our site.